So with the most recent state of play, we have had more insight into what is perhaps the most anticipated survival horror genre release of 2024. That's right, the Silent Hill 2 remake. For those of you who don't know, I recently did a video going over the masterpiece that is Silent Hill 2. Check it out down below, the link is in the description. And I'll be releasing my reaction to the trailer with some thoughts on it as well soon. That being said though, what I think none of us saw coming was the release of a short playable experience that allowed us to dive into the world of Silent Hill yet again. After the trailer for Silent Hill 2 Remake, we got an announcement that there was a new playable experience within the Silent Hill universe. This is starting to seem familiar. But with all that being said, I managed to play the game's short story. With that, I was able to gather my thoughts and give you all my impressions and overall take on where I believe the Silent Hill series is going. So, ladies, gentlemen, and others, my name is Reiku. I am your uncrowned necromancer host for the evening, day, or whenever you're viewing this, and I present to you Silent Hill, the short message. The game opens up with a message about seeking connections and how it's a sign of weakness, which, by the way, I totally disagree. It takes a great amount of strength to talk to someone when you're struggling. To quote one of my favorite books of all time, asking for help isn't giving up. It's refusing to give up. Sorry, that was a long tangent. Anyway, the setup is for theming, which will come into play later. Let's get back into the game. We see a series of flashbacks and find ourselves waking up in a room unaware of where we are and receiving a text message from a girl named Maya. We are... well, surprisingly, I didn't name our yet-to-be-named unnamed protagonist. Instead, I just enjoyed the experience until we learned her real name, which, spoiler, her name's Anita. So we play Anita, who wakes up in a closet that has a weird symbol on it. And within first glance, we see... ooh, it's in first person, dude. I'm not ready. As we step out into the room, we get greeted with our first jump scare. Oh my god, that scared me. Listen, I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to horror games, okay? Don't blame me. Finding our first note, we learn two things. One, COVID is a confirmed thing in the Silent Hill universe. And two, we're in an apartment complex in a town called... Kittenstadt? We're gonna move on from that word. Afterwards, we step out into the hallway and find our staple Silent Hill floor plan. And let me tell you, I'm so happy it's in the game. I just wish I paid more attention to it. But more on that later. Pulling out our phone, we see 2 points of contact. A girl named Amelie and a girl named Maya, which is safe to presume they're our friends. Walking through the graffiti-covered hallway, we finally stumble into a room and find a painting and get our first cutscene. I'm glad you're doing well, Yard.
The city is a blank canvas, begging for us to paint it with our hopes and dreams. I want to show the hidden side of girls, their impulses, their urges. What are you hiding inside? Don't worry about what people think. Be proud.
Okay, technically not first cutscene, but let's be specific. Live action cutscene. Which was cool to see, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was awesome. Exiting the small apartment, we get a glimpse of the familiar Silent Hill static and get a text message from Amelie. Afterwards, the door in the hallway creeps open and we get to see what drew me, and I'm sure many others' attentions towards this game. We stumble into a room filled with sticky notes and... this room.
What's with this place?
She's gross.
Sticky notes. Loser! Stupid! Liar! Crazy! Cry baby! Ugly! I hate you, dumb! Go away! She never said anything nice.
Finding a note, we learn more about Kettenstadt, and how child abuse is more than prominent in the area. We also get a glimpse into Anita's life and her relationship with her mom. Going deeper into the apartments, we are greeted with another cutscene, and I'm gonna say, content warning from this point forward, this game has heavy themes of self-harm and suicide. Fast forward to the time posted on your screen now, if you want to skip the cutscene. What the hell? Oh my god. No, don't do it, don't do it, don't fucking do it, don't do it. Don't do it, it's fucking don't do it.
Mom.
After that gruesome cutscene, we get a text message from Amelie. We seem relieved that she responded. We tell her that we're taking our meds, but skipping therapy, which Amelie shows true, genuine concern. Top tier friend. When we return to the hallway, our screen and phone glitches and... What the hell is that? I'm running! I'm running!
What the fuck?
My controller's freaking the fuck out. Maya texts us telling us that she is in the studio. We learn more about Kettenstadt and how the bankruptcy mentioned earlier is tied to the building we're in. It is a place known for suicide, but also a place for many artists to practice graffiti, hence all the art all around. Seeing another one of Maya's graffiti pieces, we get another cutscene.
Cherry blossoms bloom within the grasp of death. With most flowers, the rot sets in, then they fall. That's the price of new life. Not cherry blossoms, though. They bloom beautiful, they fall beautiful. That's how I want my life to be.
Leaving that room, I noticed that we weren't staring down at a hallway which the monster chased us, but rather a wall. The apartments were shifting and changing. As we explore, we find a book going over the effects of social media on teenagers, properly titled Solitude and Anxiety in Teenagers. I'll let myself take over from here. All the teenagers interviewed said they were ashamed of the risque selfies they posted online. They also claimed they experienced anxiety over not getting any likes on such photos. What all of the kids had in common was extremely low self-esteem. The greater their anxiety and lower their confidence, the more pronounced their reactions were to positive attention. The sense of fulfillment they experience after getting a like online is difficult for adults to comprehend. Furthermore, even when acknowledged, the teenagers still could not view their actions positively and quickly reverted to despair, seeking more attention to fill the void, which is the problem with validation seeking. Teenagers who are not yet psychologically mature run the risk of experiencing this toxic quest for validation. I like the approach that they took. I like the age range that they have targeted for this game. When we step out into the balcony, we are greeted with the infamous Silent Hill fog. Oh, it's Silent Hill, alright. It's foggy as fuck outside. Looking into the courtyard, we find the famous suicide spot. The deeper we go into the apartment, Amelie messages us about college, but Anita is reluctant on the prospect. The conversation goes south and we get a glimpse into Anita and her thoughts about Maya saying, "I'm not Maya, okay." Ooh, we getting some comparisons here. And we get thrown into another cutscene.
Gotcha. So you don't really like this place. I get it. People in this town see graffiti as nothing but trashy doodles. And my classmates talk talk about me. Might not be a bad idea to leave town, actually. The great thing about graffiti is the world's your canvas. And as long as I'm with you, I can have fun anywhere.
We find a room marked with Maya's art tag, CB, short for Cherry Blossom, and finally get to see Maya's studio. Inside, there is a piece of tarp hanging on a wall, a third piece of art, and a
skizzen book.
Turning around, the tarp falls, revealing an unfinished piece. It's gorgeous, and Anita agrees. We see Anita's jealousy in terms of her art, posting selfies because those, in her mind, are the only way to gain likes. The selfies and the pursuit of likes torments her mental state, and as she begins to have an episode,
No sexy stuff, no followers.
Wow, you hate your followers? Congrats on reaching your follower goal.
Come on, we want sexy pics already.
Just stop! Please! I'm sorry. You have your own situation to deal with. I was out of line. I was thinking selfishly. I'm so sorry.
No, I shouldn't have gotten mad like that.
Thanks, Anita. I guess I haven't accepted Maya's death yet.
What?
Huh?
Why did she jump from the villa? Why did she have to die?
Maya's dead? Wait. Maya's really dead? How could I forget that?
fuck.
Are you alright, Anita? Hello? Hello?
Don't hang up the phone.
Then who's this?
We also get a text from Maya. Going along with it, we try to find it. With our screen going static and our phone getting distorted, we are chased by the monster again, and, well, shit. Oh, I got stuck. No!
Is this a dream?
We can't die. As if stuck in a tormentish hell, Anita wakes up back in the studio and we see some clever game design by allowing our save point to act as checkpoints. Running from the monster again, with newfound knowledge on the apartment layout, we juke the monster and make it up toward the roof, which was previously blocked off. Not the roof.
Maya died. But her art lives on.
Ideas are bulletproof.
Even more followers.
It's because she's dead. Artists, sadly, after death, gain more recognition.
No one is ever going to notice me.
Don't do it. Anita, don't.
This is where Maya jumped from.
With that last cutscene, we are greeted with the game's tragic end. Our cracked screen buzzing with text from Amelie and panning over to Maya's memorial. I was in disbelief. Silent Hill: The Short Message is a game that seems to be returning back to the core roots of what made Silent Hill, Silent Hill. The focus on the psychological while sprinkling in What? Oh yes, past me who was streaming this on Twitch. Please check out my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Reiku_3. The escape from the Torment is not going to be that easy.
Why didn't I die?
Awakening back in the villa, we are in the same starting room yet again. The fog leaking through, and we get another text from Maya asking us if we found it. There are subtle changes that occurred this time. The fridge has text on it. The no exit sign is more defined. It's darker. A lamp swings in the hallway. Retracing our steps heading towards the first drawing we ran into, we see it defamed.
Who would do this?
Stepping into a new room, we find a creepy looking mannequin down a hall as well as another one of Maya's works. But this one is also defamed. Anita pulls out her phone and we come to see comments left under Maya's post, and when we close the app... Oh! What the Cheap jump scare, I know. Pushing past them, we get back to the balcony and see that there is no ground anymore. Instead, we are greeted with a bottomless pit. Back in the main area, we get hit with a wave of deja vu. Amelie texts us and we see the messages reset. Only, there is a subtle difference. We inquire about Maya's death this time and we learn that her death was sudden. She didn't give any details prior. We learn from Amelie that Maya mentioned a book she read and how she is still tearing herself up upon their friend's death. And I don't blame her. That's not an easy thing to grasp, let alone forget.
Did Maya really not say anything? Like, at all?
Fortunately, people don't say things.
The author killed themselves when they were young. Something beautiful from something tragic. It's kinda enchanting, isn't it? I wonder what they were thinking right before they died. Anyway, I didn't think you'd share your thoughts in a letter. You really are shy, aren't you? Actually, kinda like that, though. You write in a really flowery and passionate way. I can't wait to read more.
Okay.
Did she read No Longer Human by Dazai? Making our way back to the room with the second graffiti we saw, we find a shrine room and a book telling us about the Witch of Kettenstadt. It was cool to see a curse laid around Kettenstadt because it reminded me of the original Silent Hill. It was nice seeing Konami delve into the cult aspect of the lore. We get another cutscene, and I just want to say that I enjoy the darker tone that occurs as we get a new cutscene. The sticky notes are more prominent. We learn about tarot readings and learn about Maya's grandmother and how tarot was used to predict the future. But, just like Maya said,
Guess you can predict other people's futures, but not your own.
stepping out into the hallway and walking into the trash room, we find another notebook that reads, "This is all your fault. Everything. You're a heartless bitch. You stole my only friend, my place in this world, all of it. And you don't even care. I'm invisible to you. I fucking hate you." When we exit the trash room, we make our way into room 207. Inside, we find a flyer that is for a college that Amelie is planning to attend. After learning a bit more, Amelie texts us, telling us that her brother's on the way. She seems avoidant of him. The texts read as if Amelie invited Anita just to spend some time with her friend, but also to get away from her brother. Heavy implications there. We find a room with a Jeff the Killer poster and find a journal with some entries. In it, upon further inspection, we realize that it is Amelie's notebook. We learn more about Amelie. She's studying hard to make her parents proud. She's a modest girl who questions why other girls wear what they wear and show, in her opinion, too much skin, and that her parents are fighting. Finding the second journal, we learn that Amelie's father was part of the construction team that was working to get Kettenstadt up and running again. We also gain insight as to how COVID affected the rebuilding process, thus hinting at the argument between Amelie's parents. I just want to say, there is a lot of depth into this game the more I think about it. Top tier storytelling. Even so, Amelie is hopeful about her college prospects. She wants to leave before her brother gets back, and I think Past Me said it best. I'm really scared of what the brother did to this person. Finding the third and final journal, we see that Amelie got accepted to her first choice for college. We then learn a bit more about the bankruptcy that was hinted at the start of the game. Amelie's family is affected, and we learn that Amelie's mother left, leaving her and her father. Amelie, in distress again, mentions her brother and how scared she is. Inside the closet, we learn more about the famous suicide spot. It tells us about a young student who tragically took their own life. But because there was no note left behind, it led the authorities to believe that it was suicide. When we try to leave the apartment, we see a note on the fridge that says,
Stay home alone!
and we are back in the hallway. Trying to enter Maya's studio, we find it locked, and after exploring some more, we find a new area which leads us to a school hallway. Pushing deeper into the school, we are greeted with a room full of silhouettes, and they start to shout and throw things at us. In the heart of the hallway, we find a table that is marked with slurs and bullying words. When we find Maya's locker, we are greeted with the harsh words of Anita and Maya's peers.
What the hell?
Get out, you freak slut!
Your art's fucking weird.
God, you piece of shit!
What is happening? We're shoved into a closet, and once we get out, we are greeted with the floating hateful comments of our peers. And, what is arguably my favorite portion in the whole game, the developers of Silent Hill: The Short Message capture what it is truly like to have a spiral episode. What? Oh, she's spiraling. This is cool.
Maya's not a freak. She's my friend.
There you go, Anita. Say it. Say it with your chest. Maya is not a freak. Setting foot back into the hallway, the familiar static returns and we are chased by the monster yet again. I'm running! Shit. No, 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 leave me alone. Shit. Enter the forbidden door, enter the forbidden door, run!
Why are you chasing me? Not again. Not again.
Once we escape, Maya texts us again, just saying, find it. And we see that the incomplete piece that we saw at the start is now more refined. We find a journal and learn a bit more about Maya. And going through her sketchbook, we see new art. This time, there's a guy in it. Flipping through some more, we find her angel piece, And lastly, we learn that the piece that was behind the tarp was of Amelie. Oh, that was Amelie she drew.
What's that? Oh, you like what you see? Come closer then. Wait a sec. You two are from my class. Those glasses look good on you. Sorry, she's so cute. I couldn't help myself. Feel free to stop by anytime. You're always welcome. Maya only ever cared about Amelie. She didn't see me. I was invisible to her.
Leaving the studio, we find ourselves in a library. We get another cutscene showing us the abuse Maya endured. More cruel notes from her peers. She looks pained, rightfully so, and she returns the book we were looking for. We learn more about Kettenstadt, how the town was believed to be cursed, birth rates are down, economic failures are constant, and we learn that a Japanese woman put a curse on the town because they hunted her down in the past. After we finish exploring the library, the door opens and it takes us to a different hallway. We see another cutscene that implies that Maya has experienced this kind of bullying before, and the hallway changes. Blood covers the walls and we get more text from Amelie. Afterwards, we step foot into room 209 and find ourselves back in the school hallway. From there, we see Maya's table and her locker, which is open. We are trapped in the room and are tasked with unlocking our locker. Numbers are on the wall, and once we solve the puzzle, we don't find the book. Instead, we find a note that was written by Maya inside our locker that reads,
Remember when I said I wanted to live like a cherry blossom? To be beautiful and dignified for a fleeting moment, simply by letting go of life. Daring to bloom, knowing it won't last. And so falling in vivid color. I wish I could live like that. I want to experience true beauty, if only for a moment. I met someone who made me feel different. He showed me a whole new world, gave me hope. I honestly thought he could help me find a new me. I felt it with all my heart. But people didn't understand us. Didn't want that from us. In the end, they took my hope from me. They took him away. People who can't achieve beauty seek comfort in others. They fear anyone different, hate them, try to tear them down. I can't take much more of this. I wish you and I could run away together, Amelie. Just me and you.
So did she have a thing for Amelie?
Maya. She was asking Amelie for help. But I just... Why take Amelie from me? You acted like I wasn't even there. Amelie is my friend. She's mine. I only wanted to take her down.
Oh, fuck.
She was taking Amelie away from me. She wouldn't pay attention to me. How was I supposed to know she'd actually kill herself?
Leaving the hallway, we are greeted with a blood sign that reads, "It's all your fault." And we have no choice but to flee. I'm running! No, bitch! Shit. No! Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Left? Left? Open the door. Keep running, keep running. We're good. I'm running. Okay, we're learning. I'm a machine, a learning computer. Oh, upstairs is open. Look at that, upstairs is open. When we escape to the rooftop yet again, we are greeted with the cruel notes of Maya's peers, but also her masterpiece yet again, the angel drawing. Anita calls Amelie, and we are greeted with this cutscene.
Anita, what's up?
I'm so sorry, Amelie. Maya died because I killed her.
What are you talking about?
You and Maya wrote letters to each other, right?
Yeah, but then Maya jumped off the villa roof.
Well, there was supposed to be one in the last book you had, too.
What?
That letter was a message for you.
Why are you telling me this, Anita?
I was jealous of Maya. I was afraid she'd take you away from me. My mom was right. I should never have been born.
That's fucked. Don't ever think that.
Wait, Anita.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. God damn it. They did it twice. They did it again. When we return back one last time, we are greeted not with the closet, but with a new area. The spiral which greeted us at the start of the game and at the start of Chapter 2 is larger. We even see our dead body. Finding a note, it hints at what the writer was thinking about when it came to the jumpers who leaped off the roof of our building. We find a fridge in the hallway telling us,
Don't you dare go outside!
exploring some more, we find a lot of the rooms blocked off. At the end of the hall, we find a journal that goes over something the game calls the Silent Hill phenomena. It is a cool thing that Konami came up with explaining the fog and what it means for individual people. Looking back at my Silent Hill 2 retrospective, it makes perfect sense. When we reach our next destination, we are greeted with a small apartment at the end of the hall. Our phone gives static, and upon entering the apartment, we learn
Wait, me and my mom lived here. This is our living room.
Inside the apartment, we find journal entries from Anita's mother. We learn that Anita grew up in a single mother household, starting off hopeful with the mother, even saying that her children are the light of her world. Stepping into the room, we find ourselves in a looping sequence, something similar to 2014's PT. I see you, Konami. And I noticed that we somehow got smaller. Finding another journal entry, we learn that the mother started seeing someone. Anita and her other sibling refused to speak to him. We learn that Anita also drew the family and that her development was a bit slower growing up. Even so, the mother's journal seems to be holding out hope that she will raise her children better than how she was raised. It's subtle, but the hinting towards generational trauma and abuse there is done well in my opinion. When we enter the bedroom, we find a note on the floor and see that it is distorted. Finding the third journal entry, we find and read that the mother is slipping. She is considering forcing Anita to eat, taking a more forceful approach, shifting her focus from her children to pleasing the man. She even hints at locking the children in a dark place to torment and torture them, just for the hopes of having the kids see the man as good. Passing through the apartment a third time, we see it in shambles. Garbage is everywhere. When we find a journal, we learn that the mother has neglected to care for her home. Her and her man go on dates, but we learn that Child Protective Services was called upon the mother. Her hopeful nature has been replaced with disdain for her children. The mother wants to be happy, but with the state of everything, she is hurting her family. Entering the mother's bedroom, we find a note on the bed from Child Protective Services stating that Anita and her sibling are being taken away. There's a subtle sound of a baby crying as we explore the apartment, and when we check the fridge, it shakes violently and the baby's cries echo throughout the apartment. When we find the closet, we are greeted with the spiral image that we saw at the start of each reset, as well as a note going over the tragic event that occurred in Anita's life. After we read the note, we find ourselves locked in a closet and are greeted with a bone-chilling cutscene.
Don't lock me in here! Let me out! This is all your fault! Bad things happen because of you! Never have been born! You're a burden! A curse for my mother! Yeah, that's exactly it! My mother yelled at me, hit me, locked me up. She inflicted the curse on my womb, and I gave it life.
What?
Sorry, Mom. Let me out. Please don't leave me, Mom. Please don't leave me.
Oh no.
I'm a curse. You always said you'd be better off without me. You're not my daughter. You're a burden. A curse for my mother. You're wrong, Mom. I am your daughter. And just like you, I'm cursed.
Exiting the room, we are finally greeted with the sound of static and are tasked with
Well, that wasn't the way to go about it.
Yeah, there was no escaping that one. Once we reset back in the apartment, I try to escape this time, realizing
Oh shit! It changed.
my third attempt, I kept running around and around and around till I accidentally found
What's that? Oh, you like what you see?
and I kept running. Searching for? I don't know. I just kept running until... No! Hey, it wouldn't be me if I didn't die again,
I love that it was locked. You know?
and again, and again.
Well, you know, that wasn't the way to go.
But on the third attempt, I remembered something very vital. If the door was locked, am I supposed to be finding stuff to unlock the door? Okay. Let's see if there's stuff we're supposed to pick up and find. Because we did run into, something. With this newfound invigoration, we find that finding these items
I really like what you drew me way back.
Oh, wait, it is showing the door. Yep, it unlocks the door. The suitcase was next. Then we found a photo on a desk. Then we got to the lockers. And we... No, it's right there! Death. We died again. Finding all the artifacts, we make our way towards Maya's room, and... There it is! I'm missing a lock! Alright, let's give it one last try. Not the pizza boxes.
I really like what you drew me way back.
Suitcase.
You're into art, right? You could audit an art class.
Left, because we gotta... This is the hardest one.
What's that? Oh, you like what you see?
And then we should keep running straight. We can get to the locker.
What are you hiding inside? I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Got it.
You're way too hard on yourself. Am I gonna be alone forever?
Upon entering Maya's studio, we find another article giving us more detail and insight into Maya's tragic passing. She has been dead for a while. Half a year ago to be exact. When we stare back at the mural piece of Amelie, the notebook falls, and flipping through the pages,
Is this me? When did she draw this? I want to show the hidden side of girls. Their impulses. Their urges. What are you hiding inside? Don't worry about what people think. Be proud. So, she did notice me.
after the cutscene, we find one last journal entry written by Maya. We learn that the roof piece is about the girls who have unfortunately taken their own lives. When we try to exit the room, we are greeted with a candlelit hallway. It's dark, and there is a wide variety of children's toys on the floor. Pressing forward, we see Maya's art supplies and sketchbook. Beyond that, Amelie's desk where she studied. Lastly, we are greeted with a path to the roof. Climbing up, we are greeted with one final cutscene.
Anita, what's up? I'm sorry, Amelie. I'm such a piece of shit. I had no idea she'd do that. What are you talking about? Did something happen? I thought
thought I was invisible. That I didn't matter. No matter what anyone said, I didn't listen.
Anita?
But you and Maya, both of you did see me. I should have figured that out sooner.
Anita? Wait. Where are you right now?
Thank you, Amelie. You were always there for me. I'm going to go apologize to Maya now.
Wait! Anita! Calm down. Just listen to me.
Amelie.
I am here for you, Anita.
Seeking a connection with others is a sign of weakness. It's running away. The strongest animals don't form groups. They act alone and need only themselves to survive. Those who betray themselves to fit into a group are pathetic. There's no beauty in living like that. But I don't really mind. I just want someone to understand me. For those I love, and for those who love me, I want to keep moving forward and never look back to 18-year-old me.
And with all that being said, that is Silent Hill: The Short Message. A beautiful surprise, and we got one last social media post from Amelie at the end. She is moving, and we learn that Anita is tagging along with her. I mainly wanted to check this game out because I wanted to see if the developers for Silent Hill can return to form. I know with the later entries, a lot of fans had concerns and even felt as if the series had died. It's actually why I went back and played the original Silent Hill 2 on stream. I wanted to see what peak survival horror was. I'd be lying if I said I'm not concerned about the Remake 2, but playing Silent Hill: The Short Message has reassured me that Silent Hill still has amazing stories to tell. With the remake of Silent Hill 2 coming out, I'm sure I'm gonna have my concerns. But The Short Message as a standalone gives me hope for the future of the Silent Hill franchise, and I eagerly await for the future installments to come. Look at that. Look at that. That puts a smile on my face. We're taking a screenshot. How's it going, everybody? It is I, Reiku, coming at you at the end of the video. Just wanting to say thank you if you've made it this far. If you guys really enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe or leave a like and a comment down below. If you guys want to be a part of a potential future video, I do stream most of my games over on Twitch. The link is down in the description down below. And if long-form content really isn't your cup of tea, of course we have TikTok and the YouTube Shorts on the channel. And if you guys really want to keep up with me, go ahead and follow the Twitter as well. I just post whatever. But with all that being said, that's the end of my little YouTuber end credits, whatever this is. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I'll catch you all on the next one.